Do you love to travel? If you're retired or have time on your hands to get away, why?
Of 70 attempts. Irene Carefoot, an airline passenger at the Newark Airport, tells us
training the people that are checking is more important than reassigning the director.
Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson has ordered several corrective steps, including TSA revising screening procedures, additional training for supervisors, and retesting the screening equipment that is being used. A 26-year-old man being watched by the Joint Terrorism Task Force in Boston reportedly pulled a military-style knife, tried to attack an FBI agent and a police officer as they tried to question him this morning. Boston Police Commissioner
the level of allowing others to question him today, I don't think anyone expected the reaction we were going to get out of him, and that's why we had the tragic turnout.
The turnout shot 26-year-old Osama Rahim to death. His brother, a Muslim at a mosque in San Francisco, claims he was at a bus stop with their father on a cell phone, shot in the back. Chinese Premier urging divers to keep searching for more survivors in a cruise ship that overturned last night in the Yangtze River. Vessel capsized during a driving rainstorm. This is AP Radio News.
Keeping you connected to the South Shore and the world.
Oh, going a little too fast. Yeah, good thing I'm here in time when I promised.
At our South Shore studios at 5:02. The news this hour is brought to you by Bonji's Turkey, fried chicken, roasted turkey, tonight's.
Oh, I can't eat while I drive.
For you at Bonji's.
No, I might get.
I'm Mary Dale for WATD News. As you heard of the AP authorities say, Arrest Commander, 24-hour surveillance by terrorism investigators has been shot outside of pharmacy after he lunged with a knife at a city police officer and an FBI agent. Police Commissioner William Evans said today at an afternoon news conference that Osama Rahim was shot at about 7 a.m. in the city's Roslindale neighborhood. Evans says that he was under surveillance by the Joint Terrorism Task Force.
As a result of that information, approached the individual.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get.
Their officers were they haven't had their guns out at that point. The suspect question came at the officers.
And Evans says that both the officer and the FBI agent opened fire after asking Rahim to drop his weapon. Authorities wouldn't say why Rahim was under surveillance, but Evans says that
they won't comment.
Authorities to question him today.
No, they won't comment what he was being stopped for.
Small amounts of active anthrax spores was mistakenly delivered by the Department of Defense to a private laboratory in Marlborough. Officials said the samples were among those mistakenly shipped by the Army to research laboratories. State health officials said one of the samples was sent to IQ Lab, owned by Roche Molecular in Marlborough. They said the sample was last handled in July 2014 and it has been frozen since then. The Department of Public Health is investigating the situation in cooperation with the federal government. Officials caution there's no threat to public safety. There have been no issues concerning the spores at the laboratory since they were received. DPH officials said they're working to transport the spores back to the federal government.
Life is keeping you busy. From work to getting the kids to their activities, there seems to be less and less time.
Miss Kelly's Place Restaurant. Yeah, I gotta go there.
Bonji's has a selection that everyone in the family will love.
They're closed now, but they're
freshly fried chicken with potato
a great place for weekend, so go on a weekend morning.
Your choice of homemade mashed potatoes, or fresh green beans.
It all depends. I have to see what.
In the oven, frozen turkey pies, chili, and flavor-filled spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, it's not raining anymore, so that's good news.
Been a favorite on the South Shore for almost 65 years. Bonji's will have it piping hot right out of the oven and waiting for you. Including stuffing and gravy. Bonji's makes dinner easy and convenient. And you know that you're giving your family healthy, delicious meals. No steroids, no artificial preservatives. Make it a Bonji's night. Route 53 in Duxbury and online at BONGIS.com. Bonji's.
WATD News Time 5:05. The news now brought to you by Tiny and Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. 1-888-64-TINYs.
Why, you telling me I can't?
Massachusetts Department of Transportation says that all lanes of the Tipper Mill Tunnel I-93 southbound through Boston will be closed starting at 11 tonight and continuing overnight to 5 a.m. Wednesday. Beginning at exit 28 on I-93 southbound, traffic will be diverted to the Mystic Avenue ramp to begin along the detour route, and after exiting the ramp, traffic will be directed through Sullivan Square to Rutherford Avenue, following to the surface artery southbound. At that point, traffic will return to the on-ramp from Albany Street at Harold Street, returning to I-93 southbound. In the event of inclement weather, the closure will be postponed, so check www.mass.gov.
So the best way coming from the north or the south or vice versa, you best go on Route 128. Otherwise, see, Fonse advise somewhere to please drive on 128. Take Route 128 instead. You're going about worth it. You won't be sitting in traffic and
going to allow somebody who needs to take a day to stay home to care for a sick child, take them to a doctor's appointment, or stay home to care for an elderly parent, or take care of themselves.
Haley says her office is making progress on this law over the past several months.
What we try to do is get around the state as many places as possible. We've had a dozen public hearings and listening sessions, including one recently in Rockton, and we're hearing from employers, businesses, and workers' rights groups to try to craft regulations that work. And the good news is we're getting there, so that I think that come July 1st, we'll be in very good shape.
To hear more with Healy, visit 959watd.com and select Monday Night Talk. Cohasset selectmen have rejected the town manager's choice for a new permanent police chief. Last week, the selectmen voted 3-2 against appointing Weymouth Police Captain Joe Comperchio, who was selected by town manager Chris Senior after a search conducted with police chief firm Badge Quest.
The appointment authority for the chief of police and 2 other positions in town belongs to the town manager, and the selectmen
507.
have the ultimate authority by way of acceptance or rejection.
And Selectmen Chair Steve Gomery talked to Christine James on South Shore News this morning. He said the board still needs to set objectives for the upcoming fiscal year, and one of those is hiring a police chief. It remains to be seen whether longtime acting chief Bill Quigley, who was a finalist in the search, could be appointed.
Well,
made permanent, in other words. Oh wow, not too bad, so I didn't have to take the detour. The traffic backup detour. Wow, that's strange. That's really odd. No traffic at this time. There's always this jam like way up at a fire station and police department almost. Wow, not so today. So that's right back there, but I can still get in to Library Square Road and go up 140. Wow, looks like I may even have room just to squeeze. Yeah, I do. Good, thank you, sir. Oh, good. I really appreciate this.
No, meeting is Tuesday, June 16th. They're expected to take up the police chief search issue. And at Kingston's annual town meeting on April 11th, it was decided that voting on the financial articles on the warrant would be postponed until tonight, so the town would have a better idea of how much state aid it's getting. So Kingston residents will gather at the intermediate school at 7 tonight for the second session of town meeting. And employment trash fees on the agenda for the selectmen, along with the county budget. Public meeting starts at 7 in Plymouth Town Hall. At Hanson Selectmen, the appointment of 2 new police officers, and also an update from the Monpont Pond Committee. That meeting at 7 in Hanson Town Hall. We'll be right back with a look at traffic on the 9s right after this.
Wow, it's clear smooth sailing. Yeah. Norton Center, so all smooth sailing. Oh, watch these cars coming out of reservoir.
Hi, I'm Peter from Tiny and Sons Glass. You should be talking to me first. When it comes to broken windshields, crack them first.
Coming out though, but it did. Oh, they're pulling away. I'm just around the corner. I don't want to get.
On Route 3, you've got heavy traffic down
water filter.
The express
Maxwell side out coming out of the O'Neill Tunnel, right down past Andrew and get around to Plaza. Northbound just a little sluggish getting into
I'll
the
be there Friday night.
Churchill's words stirred his country in the face of defeat. Today they can inspire us to reach for a run victory.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to take the 140 bus either. He wants somebody to take him there instead of going on the bus and going down
We're going to take a look at sports.
West Main Street.
Jeep, Dodge, and Ram in Marshfield and online at kirkcars.com.
Instant drive and discover how fast. That's for Jeep Dodge Ram Route 139 in Mansfield. That's for Jeep Dodge Ram. It's one of the largest dealerships of its kind in New England, featuring an incredible inventory of brand new Jeep Ram.
Now I gotta get all my stuff out of the way.